Remember when TV was just 3 channels and the names Fuldheim, Barnaby, and Ghoulardi ruled the Cleveland airwaves? Mike Olszewski remembers too, and he's gathered the greatest moments into an entertaining TV guide to our area's broadcast past called Cleveland TV Tales. And today he's here to tune us into some scenes behind our TV screens. Welcome to the show again.
It's a great honor to be here.
Well, there's a lot of talent in Cleveland TV. Even starting very young, I mean, there's a lot of really good children's shows. So why did those, ring so true to the audience?
Well, it's funny because TV is still a very young medium when you think about it. I mean, it started in Cleveland in 1947, and I had kid shows right from the start. I mean, some of the people are forgotten today. I mean, names like Uncle Leslie, who later became Barnaby. That was Lynn Sheldon. King Jupiter and people like that. But then you had people like Captain Penny and Woodrow the Woodsman and so many others that really helped shape our lives.
Yep, he did. Captain Penny,
yeah.
Do you know him?
I met Captain Penny. Sadly, he died in 1974, but we know his son Matt very well and his grandchildren, and they're always in awe of what their grandfather did.
Oh, really?
They never got to meet their grandfather, but Matt Penn found him. Matthew, his son, brought him up here a couple of years ago. People were coming up asking for Matthew's autograph.
Oh, my gosh.
And to have their picture taken with him, and he told me, he said, I had no idea my grandfather was this big, and I said, your grandfather was Justin Bieber,
Of the day, yes.
Well, yeah.
And Barnaby?
Oh, you could tell 100 stories about Lynn Sheldon, and you would only be scratching the surface. His fans were legion, and you had people like Jack Riley. Don Novello, who played Father Guido Sarducci, was a fan of his because he grew up in Lorraine.
Oh, okay.
You had so many wonderful stories about Lynn Sheldon. The great thing about Barnaby was he would get on the air and he'd say, hi, kids, it's sunny out there today. What are you doing watching TV? Why don't you go out and have a good time with your friends? Meanwhile, the sponsors are there with their jaws open.
Yeah.
But, hey, he was Barnaby. He could do what he wanted. They taught us so many wonderful life lessons that we carry with us today. Think about it. Who are the most important people when you were a kid? Well, your parents, your friends, and the people on TV.
Absolutely.
Sure.
But it wasn't all fun and games. There was Dorothy Fuldheim on the air, and she was described, I think, as tough as nails. Any examples of her?
She didn't play around, let's put it this way. In fact, it's funny because when Janice, my wife, and I were researching this book, everybody said the same thing. You're going to put something in there about Dorothy Fuldheim, right? Well, of course. Here's an example. Jerry Rubin, the Yippie, came to town, and he started getting mouthy with her on the air. She took him and threw him right off the set. So a few weeks later, Abby Hoffman came in, and she said, you heard what happened to your friend? And he said, yes, sir. And so he greases his hair back, puts on this skinny tie, and he sat like this while she was interviewing him, and no matter what she said, it was, yes, sir, or no, sir. Even she was laughing at the end of that. She didn't put up any nonsense, though.
And we all remember Gib Shanley. He lit the Iranian flag on the air. I mean, what caused all that, and what was the fallout?
Well, you remember the Iranian hostage crisis, and it was very tense. And, I have to admit that from what we understand, the station management wasn't too happy about that. And if you look back over the rare films of that event, he lights it, throws it, and looks in the camera, and everybody else on the set just said, we'll be right back. It was a very tense time. I don't know if I would have done that, but it took a lot of guts to do it.
Oh, yeah, I think that really must have taken a lot of guts. We also had talent on the air.
Boy,
Not only talent on the air, but talent coming from Cleveland and talent coming through Cleveland.
Absolutely.
So how about the entertainment shows of the day?
Oh, there were so many of them. There was one called The Landmark Show, and it was kind of a country western show, or as they used to call it, cowboy songs back then. But one of the premier performers that they had back then was Dottie West, who became a huge star. Tragic life, but she said later in years, I never should have left Cleveland.
Oh, dear.
And then, of course, you had Upbeat. Upbeat was the place to come in the Midwest because it was syndicated all over the country. If you played any place even near Cleveland, you had to be on Upbeat. And we had some great performers on there. Otis Redding made his last appearance before he died. Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin was here. The year before he started Led Zeppelin, he was on Upbeat.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Yeah. So many memories.
Yeah.
And we've just touched on the many tales there are to tell about Cleveland TV. For more behind-the-scenes and on-screen stories, be sure to read Cleveland TV Tales. My thanks to Mike Olszewski for coming on camera to join us today.
Thank you very much.
To order Cleveland TV Tales, call Gray & Company Publishers at 1-800-915-3609 or log on to www.grayco.com. Next, a checkup on medical news.